politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Yesterday, the Daily Nation carried this headline about Fred Okengo Matiang'i, man eating Ruto's lunch. And they're saying on the front page somewhere here that if the Jubilee government of President Uhuru Kenyatta and the deputy president William Ruto were a family, and Mr. Kenyatta was one spouse and Mr. Ruto the other, while Interior Minister Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i was a friend, just a friend of Mr. Kenyatta's, there are reasonable grounds for Mr. Ruto to urgently request the intervention of the family pastor. That headline was there to serve a purpose. Because the same yesterday, the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Mutahi Kagwe, was expected to be in Kisii. And indeed, he was in Kisii. And while in Kisii, Mutahi Kagwe made this heavy statement.
Leo ndio nitazungumzia hapa kutoka Kisii na kuzungumzia wa Kenya. Lakini wakati huu saa hii mimi ningesema ni kwamba ukiona mama, ukiangalia tumbo ya mama, uona ikiendelea kubwa na unaona kweli hiyo sio chakula ameweka katika tumbo, unajua iko nini? Si iko mtoto? Ukiona tumbo iko kubwa, si unajua iko mtoto hapo ndani. Na ni lazima uambiwe ni mtu atikwa kwamba kunazaliwa mtoto. Ni lazima uambiwe. Si wewe mwenyewe macho yako inakuonyesha. Lakini sasa usiposhuka mama, umlinde vyake akiwa hapo, akiwa anahangaika na wewe anahangaika ukiwa hapo. Na wewe unaona dalili ni kitu gani kinakuja. Wewe utakuwa mtu wa namna gani? Sitakuwa mtu kule tu. Kwa hivyo, elimrai uratara ugatwa geri. Nimuranyita. Kuna haja ya kuongeza kitu kingine hapo? Kuna haja ya kuongeza kingine? Basi wale wanataka kusema ati Mutahi alisema nini, sijui alisema nini. Mimi nimesema tu ukiangalia mama ambaye ana dalili ya kupata mtoto lazima apatikane.
Now, from that Mutahi Kagwe statement, it is clear that he was endorsing Fred Okengo Matiang'i for the presidency. And it's not the first time Fred Okengo Matiang'i is being endorsed for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. And I remember on this platform, I've stated severally that something has always told my inner feelings that Fred Okengo Matiang'i is going to be the compromise candidate for President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. And this headline on the Daily Nation attracted the attention of one man, the attention of Dennis Itumbi. Dennis Itumbi is nowadays the spokesperson of the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. And this is what Dennis Itumbi posted. Let me just read it for you because it's also very important. He's saying the Daily Nation dispatched two top editors, one at the very helm and the other DCI Kenya favorite for their spin and yarn. None ask Ruaraka land. In the end, they PR piece like the one they did in January last year. The last paragraph, here comes the president. So are Kenyans ready for President Fred Okengo Matiang'i? I'm coming back shortly. Now I'm back. Is Kenya ready for President Fred Okengo Matiang'i? Because one thing we know for sure is that President Uhuru Kenyatta told Kenyans publicly that his choice for the presidency will shock the entire republic. And we also know that so far, Raila Odinga has not declared his interest for the presidency in 2022. And last year, Raila Odinga was in Kisii And while in Kisii, he made the following statements. I want you to listen to that statement by Raila Odinga closely. Listen in.
Huyu Matiang'i ni kijana yangu. Kwa hivyo wacheni kuniambia mimi fanya hii, fanya hii. Mimi ninajua. Tulieni kwanza. Mambo bado. Sasa mambo bado. Tuliketi chini na Uhuru tukasema tutulie moto. Tuunganishe wa Kenya. Wewe kama kitu kimoja. Tulete makabila yote ya Kenya pamoja. Sio? Alafu tumalize mambo ya ukabila, tupigane na ufisadi, tuwashike wale wafisadi yote weke ndani. Ndio sawa sawa. Alafu mambo hii ingine itakuja. Tukianza hii mambo ya 2022 sasa, hakuna tofauti sisi na wale wengine. Tunaambia wale msifanye kampeni mapema, bado muda iko mrefu zaidi. Tukianza kusema sasa tunataka Matiang'i, waache mnaribu maneno.
So that's Raila Odinga, and he was responding to a request by Richard Omoima Onyonka, a son of the Kisii. Let us listen to his request to Raila Odinga. Then we proceed.
I will talk politics. Prime Minister, thank you. Without you, we are no Kenya. Without you, there was no country. Some of the people talking here were not there when we were coming from the airport, when we were being shot at. They don't know what it means to lose a country. Mr. Matiangi, Dr. Matiangi, stay close to that man. That man, Raila Odinga, loves you. Sit close to him. We know where we are going. We are tired of being told that Omusi, Talaisa no Mugamba, Bono, Twaisanile, Togamba. Number 3, Kenya is a country where Omusi is everywhere. We are in Mombasa, we are in Nakuru, we are in Kisumu, and we are in Kitale. Anybody who's threatening us that if we don't support them, that they will take us and beat us up. We warn you, come, we are waiting for you.
And again last year, I remember so well because I was present physically in Migori County when Fred Okengo Matiang'i was the chief guest at Harambee in Suna East constituency of Junet Mohammed. I was there as a friend of Junet Mohammed. The leaders present at that particular event ended up endorsing Fred Okengo Matiang'i. There was John Mbadi, the ODM national chairman. There was Junet Mohammed, one of the close allies of Raila Odinga. There was Gladys Wanga and Mishimboko. And this team kind of endorsed Fred Okengo Matiang'i.
Yoturua, Imor, Intie, leo tumesindikisha kijana wetu hapa, Mheshimiwa CS Matiang'i. Sisi wazee wa Kisii wameambia Matiang'i namna hii, enda tafuta Raila, akikaa left kaa hapo, wacha Uhuru katikati. Raila akienda right, enda huko. Raila akisema turn left, turn left. Kwa sababu Raila, Mheshimiwa Matiang'i ndiye atakwambia siri zote vile hii Kenya hii. Na vile tunakuona kule Kisii wanasema ba usiba anchire. Murato bwate nero yo akairi gaitu na kwa. Jo Kisii wacho hii ndio ile ndume ambayo inatoshea ya Kisii. Sasa tumepeleka kwa uwanja. Raila naonyesha namna hii. Kama baba anasema kaa prime minister, sawa. Kama baba anasema kaa president, sawa. Na Uhuru amepatia we senior minister, hakuna mambo.
I got to know him immediately. I came to Bunge. I went to Bunge. And friend Matiang'i was actually leading an organization that which was financing parliament in terms of giving capacity or capacity building. And it was very effective. That is where I think President Uhuru Kenyatta identified your capacity and strength and made you minister. And since you became a minister of the Republic of Kenya, you have never disappointed. You are doing your work diligently, you are efficient and effective. Those are the qualities that we need in leaders, and you have them. And therefore, when someone is performing, if you are performing in class 4, you aspire to go to class 5. I am sure you aspire to get promotion. And we will give you promotion because the watu ndio wanapeana promotion. Bora umeshikana na Uhuru Kenyatta vile umeshikana na yeye, umeshikana na Raila Odinga vile umeshikana pamoja. Kuna kitu inakuja hapa mbele. Hiyo meza itakuwa na watu karibu 5 hivi. Mimi naona. Na hiyo meza lazima ukae hapo, Fred Matiang'i.
Pili, mtu ambaye amenileta hapa ni bwana CS Matiang'i. Nilisema kama yeye ndio atakuwa mgeni wa heshima katika hafla hii, lazima nitoke all the way from Mombasa County kuja kumuunga mkono, kwa sababu ni kiongozi wa vitendo, kiongozi mchapakazi, kiongozi ambaye hababaishwi.
So the biggest question which we should ask ourselves is whether Kenyans are ready for President Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And if Kenyans are ready for President Fred Okengo Matiang'i, is it possible for for Fred Okengo Matiang'i to win the presidency? Because we all know that so far, only 3 candidates, 4 to be precise, have declared their interest for the presidency in 2022. William Ruto has declared his interest. Musalia Mudavadi has declared his interest. And the other guy is Kalonzo Musyoka has also declared his interest. Actually, there are 3, not even 4. But out of those 3, the only man who is serious in his bid, in my view, is William Samoei Ruto. So today I want us to look at why I strongly believe that Fred Okengo Matiang'i can actually humiliate the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto in 2022 if President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga were to support him for the presidency. But before we go into those details, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or 2 and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now, back to the main issue. Assuming Fred Okengo Matiang'i will be on the ballot in 2022 against Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, who is likely to emerge victorious? That's not the question. And we are assuming that Fred Matiang'i is going to be supported by President Uhuru Kenyatta as a compromise candidate. And Raila Odinga is also going to support him as a compromise candidate. Because so far, Raila has not declared his bid. And we've been asking ourselves several questions whether Raila Odinga is actually serious in his bid for 2022. In my view, Fred Okengo Matiang'i will humiliate the Deputy President in 2022 if he was supported by the 2 gentlemen. But if he won't be supported by the 2 gentlemen, then I'm sure he cannot even risk contemplating running for the presidency. Why am I saying that Fred Okengo Matiang'i will humiliate the Deputy President? Number 1, politics is about numbers. Let us look at the numbers. Can Fred Okengo Matiang'i garner enough numbers to be declared the President of the Republic of Kenya, assuming the elections will be free, fair, and transparent? In my view, Fred Okengo Matiang'i will whitewash the Deputy President based on numbers. Let us begin. In Nyanza, Fred Okengo Matiang'i candidature will actually inherit the support base of Raila Odinga, if Raila will be supporting him. So every other person who is supporting Raila Odinga today will support Fred Okengo Matiang'i in Nyanza. In Kisii, where the Deputy President and President Uhuru Kenyatta got almost 40%, Kisii now will vote for Fred Okengo Matiang'i almost 100%. Then you go to Kuria, which almost also voted around 50-50. Kuria will also be sealed. So it means Nyanza will vote for Fred Okengo Matiang'i almost as a block. Because one thing I know for sure, any person who is thinking of voting for William Ruto from Nyanza has already made his mind. And those who have not made their minds are not going to support the deputy president. So Nyanza will go with Fred Okengo Matiang'i fully. Now let's go to Central Kenya. If Raila Odinga was to run against the deputy president in Central Kenya, the fact of the matter is that the deputy president will carry the day. Because the people of Central Kenya have always been made to believe, or the larger Mount Kenya region, that Raila Odinga is a bad man. But now, a new person is going to be brought on board. Fred Okengo Matiang'i. So I'm sure Fred Okengo Matiang'i will perform better in Central Kenya than Raila Odinga. Something tells me that if Ruto were to run against Fred Okengo Matiang'i in Central Kenya, it could end up in 50-50. If not 50-50, Matiang'i, with the support of President Uhuru Kenyatta, might actually win over the deputy president. Because the people of Central Kenya will now not have the opportunity to castigate Raila Odinga. They will turn out to vote against Raila Odinga. But now we have a new guy, Fred Okengo Matiang'i. That's why last year, when Fred Okengo Matiang'i visited Kirinyaga and Kiambu, he was received heroically. So I believe that those numbers will favor Fred Okengo Matiang'i. You go to Coast. Who between William Ruto and Fred Matiang'i will win the Coast? Coast is now with Raila Odinga. Who is going to win Coast, assuming Raila Odinga is not on the ballot? My assumption is that Raila Odinga will still have a huge say at the Coast. And it will also depend on the kind of people who are going to support Fred Okengo Matiang'i at the Coast. Fred Matiang'i, in my view, will carry the day at the Coast. So numbers will favor Okengo Matiang'i. You go to Western. Again, I'm sure Fred Matiang'i will still carry the day in Western Kenya. So that will leave the deputy president with Rift Valley. So Fred Okengo Matiang'i will actually win over the deputy president very early in the morning in 2022, if he were to be supported by Raila Odinga and by President Uhuru Kenyatta. But if either of those guys will not support him, then he should not even think of running. Number 2 is service delivery. Service delivery. William Ruto is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Fred Okengo Matiang'i is now kind of like the prime minister of the Republic of Kenya. In terms of delivery, who has delivered? If you look at the history of these guys, Fred Matiang'i, in the eyes of Kenyans, is a guy who has delivered in almost each and every ministry he has served. When he talked of digital migration, people thought Matiang'i was not going to succeed. He succeeded. And you can see at the back there, you can see a digital TV there. When you talk of security today in this country, Matiang'i has actually succeeded. Because since he took over, at least the Al-Shabaab attacks have reduced a bit. Every other ministry Matiang'i has served in, he has left a mark. So Kenyans believe that Matiang'i is a guy who can actually deliver for them. What about William Ruto? He has worked, but Kenyans view William Ruto as someone who is working with clones, crooks. So when you put the two on a scale, Matiang'i is going to score just on that account. And of course, there are people who will vote for Fred Matiang'i just because they believe Fred Matiang'i is progressive, unlike the deputy president who has continued serving from the time of KANU up to now, still being in government. Number 3 would be on corruption. Because the biggest cancer we have in this country is corruption. So the two will be weighed. Matiang'i, you can link him to the Ruaraka land scandal. But again, that's a case which has already been concluded. What about the deputy president? If you follow the deputy president and his people, most of the people around him are corrupt. Either they have scandals here. The other day, Didmas Barasa was taken to court because he sold a car to someone, and I don't know how that deal ended. I know a guy who is a friend who supplied Didmas Barasa with chairs and seats in his for his house. I know a friend who actually supplied Didmas Barasa with sofa sets when he was elected as a as a member of parliament. Up to now, the guy has refused to pay Dan Simiyu, a friend of mine. The list is long, the list of allies of the deputy president. We know the scandals about the Chesa scandal. We know there are several other scandals of people around the deputy president. So on corruption, he will score heavily. Now the system. Because again, you can't be the president of the Republic of Kenya without the support of the system. You can have the numbers, you can have everything, but if the system don't want you, you'll remain like Raila Odinga. People will call you perennial loser. Because at the end of the day, you will win, nothing will happen. So many people are normally very bitter when I say Raila Odinga won elections. Who won elections in 2007 in this country? See, it was Raila Odinga. And we can't deny that. The fact is, he was not allowed to sit on the seat of the presidency because the system didn't want him. Fred Matiang'i is today the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. You like it or not, but that's the reality. He's the guy who is supervising all the works. And Fred Matiang'i sits at the center of power, or on the seat of power, interior. So that's where the system make decisions. So Fred Matiang'i has the system already. And with the help of President Uhuru Kenyatta, in fact, by the time Fred Matiang'i was being appointed to that seat, it means the system had approved him. So they won't have any problem with one of their own now taking over from President Uhuru Kenyatta. The deputy president has been kicked out of the system because the system don't want him to become the president. So how will he become the president without the support of the system? And lastly is acceptability. Between the deputy president William Ruto and Fred Matiang'i, who can Kenyans easily accept across the republic? I want you to be honest and answer me. If all these political leaders were to be told that now we want only two candidates to run, Matiang'i and William Ruto, I'm sure Gideon Moi will easily support Fred Matiang'i. Musalia Mudavadi will easily support Fred Matiang'i. Kalonzo Musyoka will easily support Fred Matiang'i. Hassan Joho will easily support Fred Matiang'i. So on that alone, Fred Matiang'i has advantage over William Samoei Ruto. So if a contest was to happen in this country between Fred Matiang'i and the deputy president William Samoei Ruto, Matiang'i will win that contest by 8 a.m. in the morning. I don't know what to think, but that's my honest opinion. But it will only depend if Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta were going to endorse Fred Matiang'i. So if Fred Matiang'i wants to become the next president of the Republic of Kenya, he must pray so hard that at the end of the day, Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta are going to endorse him. I don't know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on this particular matter. And again, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is today. We just crossed the 75,000 mark this week. So that's a big score for us. So we are now aiming at 100,000. So but that will only be possible if you guys continue sharing. Because if you share a video, it means someone who is not on this particular channel will be able to access the video and might actually decide to subscribe. And again, it also helps us reach more people. So continue sharing the videos, continue dropping your comments, and continue giving the video thumbs up or thumbs down. Thank you guys, and please may you enjoy your Sabbath.